We already passed the 1 minute. Okay. Thank you so much. So our third speaker of the day will be Toastmaster Leticia Stewart. Toastmaster Stewart is working on her pathways on effective coaching, researching, and presenting. Today's speech will be a 5 to 7 minute presentation, and the project title is Patriotic Speeches is American History. Let's welcome Toastmaster Stewart.
Patriotic Speeches in American History. Patriotism can be defined as love and devotion to one's country. An effective speech is an act of describing thoughts, feelings, and perception in words. One who delivers a great patriotic speech will have a love of our country, a clear vision of what he wants to accomplish, and the ability to lead and motivate others to follow him in order to achieve his vision. The speech needs to be memorable and quotable, contain a clear vision of the future, contain clear objective goals, be delivered in a strong and effective manner, and lastly, create a lasting positive change in America. I will share inserts of 2 patriotic speeches in American history that have lifted hearts in dark times, gave hope in despair, refined the characters of men, inspired brave feats, gave courage to the weary, honored the dead, and most importantly, changed the course of history. Dr. Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream, August 28, 1963. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live at the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. In the middle of the Cold War, violent actions related to the civil rights movement and general civil unrest, Dr. Martin Luther King calmly walks to the podium amongst a crowd of over 100,000 people to announce to the world that African Americans in the United States of America now have equal protection under the law and are truly free from bondage and slavery. He hoped and prayed for peaceful demonstrations and fought against violence. He lost his life as a result of his public actions, but was willing to pay the ultimate sacrifice to proclaim his convictions to the world. The second insert is from General Douglas MacArthur of the United States Army. Yours is the profession of arms, the will to win, the sure knowledge that in war there is no substitute for victory, that if you lose, the nation will be destroyed, that the very obsession of your public service must be duty, honor, country. This speech was addressed to military cadets at West Point. His compassionate speech about duty, honor, country lays a roadmap of thought and behavior that, when followed in both military and personal life, will bring about victory and success. His speech rhythm is slow but steady. He truly believes in America and its values. He shows a true love and patriotism for the people of the United States. These speeches portray many important concepts: patriotism, conviction, effective public speaking, strong leadership, and vision. If you study and truly understand why these public figures said, and when they said, you will begin to understand what American patriotism, effective communication, and leadership is all about. And these three concepts will lead you to a very successful and fulfilled life. We'll return control back to the Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Stewart, for a great presentation. So let's have 1 minute for general feedback for your presentation. If you guys have any feedback you want to share, Toastmaster Stewart, please send her a private message. Thank you.
Thank you.
I apologize for not wearing my hat. My hair was wrapped up and it was kind of like a hat, but it's hot out here, y'all. Y'all in the house, in the air condition. It's hot out here.
It looks like a hat to me.
Yeah, totally understand. All right, so the minute is up for the general feedback for Toastmaster Stewart. So let's move on to our table topics section. So today our table topics master is going to be Toastmaster Sabrina Rumbeck. Just want to hand over control to her. Let's welcome Sabrina.
Hi guys, nice having you guys here. Sorry. Oh my God. For table topic, the aim is for you to think on your feet and come up with your answer in 1 to 2 minutes. And these are can be any question out there, and there's no right and wrong answer. So would anybody like to volunteer? Oh, our timer, Amarita, is ready. Awesome. So your question is, what was your first memory as a child?
You want me to speak about the best memory or the worst memory?
It's just your first memory. It's your choice.
Okay. As a child, when I was a very small kid, I wanted to have a bicycle. So my parents told me that when you bring 85% score marks in your examination, you are going to get a cycle. So I was unable to get 85%. Next year also, I was unable to score that percentage mark. The third year, I was somehow able to score 82, but still it was not 85. But my parents bought me the cycle. So that was the happiest memory as a child when I was a small kid. Because when I came back from the school, I saw my new bicycle standing in front of my house. I was so happy that I cannot explain that happiness as a kid. So as a kid, I think you are, you see small things and you get to know few things which you just wish it could have to be once. And you're so happy. And as a grown up, you get so many things, but still there is something more you want, something more you want. So I wish I could always remain a child. Getting something, I remain happy all the time. So I think bicycle was the best memory of my life as a child.
Awesome. Thank you for that great childhood memory. Anyone would like to go next?
Sure, I'll go next.
Awesome. All right. All right. So our second question is, when your kid was asking you, what did you want it to be when you grow up? What was the answer?
When my kids ask me, what did I want to be when I grow up? I look at them in the eyes and say, I wanted to be somebody that was just great. I've always aspired to be someone that exceeds the norm as a child, as a young adult, as an adult. And the reason why is because as I was growing up, I saw others that had no ambition or goals, and that led them to a life of nothingness. In other words, they were wasting their talents on things that weren't sufficient, or they were able to accomplish but didn't realize that they were able to accomplish it. So when I look at my children and they ask me, what did I want to be when I grow up? I simply look at the stars, because the stars represent to me the highest plateau of this atmosphere that we're in. So I aspire to be someone that achieves more than the norm, so that the posterity that I provide for them is just something that they can undeniably understand. Thank you.
Wonderful. Yes, Toastmaster Cook. Anyone want to take on the third question?
I'll do it.
Yay, Toastmaster Norris. Okay. So what was the superpower that you really want to have when you were a child?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. When I was a kid, I always wanted to be invisible. And I think I have passed this trait on to my granddaughter and I didn't even tell her because we FaceTime. She lives in Ohio. She's 5. And she says, Grandma, we're going to be invisible. I'm going to put you in this basket. She sits the phone up in the laundry basket. She says, now be really quiet because we're invisible and no one can see us. So she's like, put your shoes on. We're going to go outside. And I was like, we're going outside? She's like, duh, pretend we're invisible. Mommy won't see us out there. And it tickled me so much because I always wanted to be invisible. Like I wanted to like pop up in the room and nobody could see me. So yeah, that was like, and it was so special to me when she wanted to be invisible. So that was like the best part. I always wanted that superpower. I still want to be invisible. I'll do that. Thanks, Sabrina.
That was a very fun answer. All right, back to you, Toastmaster. And can we have the time report for our 3 speakers to see if they qualify?
I don't know how much time I spoke, but Cedric spoke for 1 minute 30 seconds, and Cheris was for 1 minute 10 seconds. Table topic masters. You want me to tell about Leticia? Leticia was 5 minutes 35 seconds.
I think our president Elizabeth also was tracking, so she gave you a green light. So I think you qualify as well.
Yes, I have Amrita. You're 1 minute 17 seconds. We're teaming up here. She doesn't have the colors. I do. We're working as a team today. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth.
Point of order. Who is the ballot counter?
On the agenda, I left because Sabrina always does the ballots, and I just left the Toastmaster as the award presenter. So not really a ballot counter. Is that
right?
okay?
So today we might have to private message to send you your ballot just because I lost host ability, so I can't launch our poll. So if you don't mind, private message, that would be great.
Who are we private messaging? Josue? Who are we sending our ballots to? Grammarian is going to pick up ballot counting. Okay, so right now we need to send Cedric the best speaker vote, and we need to send Cedric the best table topics vote now, so he has time to tally it before the end. Thank you. Josue, it's all yours.
Yes, I was casting my vote. Okay. All right. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Rumbeck, for leading the the table topics section. So now we're gonna proceed to the evaluation section of our meeting. I'm gonna start with our first evaluator of the day, and it's showing that our first evaluator is Toastmaster Elizabeth Ruiz, and I know we shuffle between who was evaluating whom. So what we can do is, Toastmaster Ruiz, can you provide your feedback to who were you evaluating, and provide your feedback, and we go from there. You're mute.
I was evaluating speaker 1, and speaker 1 switched with speaker 2. Therefore, the evaluation is with Deidre, and her speech title is My Favorite Mentor. Deidre, I felt I was in your story through your eye contact. Especially, I felt in your story when you were doing your shoulder shrugs, and I heard that all the things that you were sharing, such as shift in power, clearly loved, I'm older, my identity shifted, all of these power words and storytelling words, I truly felt in your story, from your eye contact, from your gestures, especially when you said, I had been the one who trained my parents. You used full eye contact, full vocal variety, perfect pauses between your speech. And I love your background. Perfect for our theme today. I especially loved when you said, let her get dirty. And I loved your hand gestures, especially when you pointed and you said, no picture of me. You really brought us in through your storytelling. This is by far my favorite speech I have witnessed you give since last year. I'm so excited to watch you grow I can't wait for your next speech. I also felt more engaged by seeing you raise your hand when you would speak about when I raised my hand. You're putting your full self into the storytelling. And I felt when you said skin in the game, you said it twice, and it really brought your story to life by using descriptive words. You may want to work on practice not saying now. I felt this was your favorite word to work on today. I counted 4 nows. Also, I felt maybe practice not saying so many so's and a couple of buts and becauses. Those are the things I would like to see you work on and to challenge yourself. When you said he wanted to be with me because he was I was his bigger sister. I love your smile, and I would have loved to have seen you smile when you said that. Your clarity, your vocal variety, and your eye contact were wonderful. I really felt present in your story. Your gestures made your story come alive, which helped the audience be very aware of your story. Your comfort level was very high. I felt by speaking from your family and your stories, that is a very nice comfort level for you. The interest in the topic kept your audience engaged. Well done. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ruiz, for your feedback. Now we want to introduce our next evaluator, Cherise Norris. Cherise is going to provide the evaluation for Toastmaster Stewart. Cherise, back to you.
So hard evaluating after Elizabeth. She's so good at it. But Tisha, let's talk about patriotic speeches, American history. I really enjoyed your speech. I think that I'm not sure how you guys, I just want to see more eye contact. Like, and I would like for someone to tell me if I do that when I'm like, am I looking at you guys? I don't know, because I don't look at myself as I'm talking. I do think that if you give us more of a body shot, I feel like I can see you in the present form, if that makes any sense of how I'm saying that. I just like how I'm using my hands and I'm back just a bit where you can kind of see the top of me instead of me just being right here, if that makes sense, Letitia. And just kind of turn your face a little bit more, for the eye contact. However, you speak very well. You enunciate all of your words very well. I could follow very easily. I feel as if when you spoke about Martin Luther King and how you talked about how he died, just for publicly feeling the way that he did, I could really feel that as you said that. However, as a whole, I really enjoyed your speech a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Norris, for your feedback. Next, I want to introduce our third evaluator, and I apologize, I didn't catch the name. Who is doing the evaluation for Cherise today? Is it Toastmaster Cook? Was that right?
Oh,
Nope.
I did.
Okay. Thank you so much. Well, let me introduce Toastmaster Deidre Merkinson. Thank you.
Thank you, Josue. This speech, Cherise, really showcased your personality. You have a wonderful smile and an engagement and a presence whenever you were speaking, and that comes across the camera. There were certain times when I noticed that you would smile and it radiated your confidence and your clarity and your passion for the topic that you were speaking. This particular speech, your purpose was to define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring, and then also to share your personal experiences as a protege. I thought you were particularly effective in presenting this speech. You talked about how your mom was your mentor for being a mother, and that was a very clear and relatable example to share. And then from there, you were able to discuss how your experience in mentoring others helped inform that relationship. You described the different aspects of mentoring and gave some information to help others to be successful in the process of being a mentor and a mentee. I thought this was good advice, and I think that it was well received by the group. Certainly the topic is appropriate for the group. You showed interest in that, and I think everyone was able to relate to that. One of the things I noticed that you might want to work on is the eye contact, and you had asked about that. One of the challenges is in the framing, I think, of where you are, and this is in a car, and so I know this was kind of, you know, sticky circumstances, but the way that you are now, actually, and looking at the camera is a little bit more direct than the angle we had. One of the other things that I observed is that sometimes in your speech, and I have this habit, so I tend to notice it, you'll look up at certain times in your speech. It may be at transitions. I would suggest if you go back and review the replay and notice what's going on, that might be able to help you to figure out how to do something else to keep that eye contact, because when you look up and then away from that, it breaks the contact with your audience and you can lose the connection. One of the challenges, incorporating the theme of the day in your speech. Today was Hat Day, and it wasn't until you're speaking that I thought about this, because our topics were the same, and so that might be something that you can work on incorporating into the speech. Other than that, though, outstanding job and congratulations. I believe this speech will level you up to 3. Well done.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jidra, for your feedback. Today, I will be the general evaluator. For the meeting today, we started just a few minutes late trying to sort all the roles, and people got issues like connecting and letting them into the meeting. So everything went pretty well right after that. I appreciate everybody taking a role to make the meeting run smooth. I just want to call now our timer report. Just want to talk with Amrita Burma for the timer. Just make sure if all the evaluators qualify today.
Good afternoon, Toastmaster. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. So first of all, Deidra, she spoke for 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 seconds. Cheris spoke for 5 minutes, 2 seconds. Leticia was 5 minutes, 35 seconds. And as far as the evaluators, I think, again, Cheris spoke for 1 minute, 10 seconds. Elizabeth was for 3 minutes, 20 seconds. Deidra was 3 minutes, 10 seconds. And Cheris spoke for 2 minutes. Everybody qualified for the time today.
Okay. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Amrita. Next, I'm gonna call Christian Coleman for the Alcantara report.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I have counted out 1 and 1, so 3 4 for our timer. Sorry. I counted 1 for our speaker number 1. I've counted 4 so's. For our number 2, I counted 1 light clutch, 4 ahs or ums. For our topics master, I counted 1 and 2 so's, 2 ahs or ums. For our table topic number 1 speaker, I counted 1 and 3 so's and 1 double clutch. For our table topics 3, 1 so, 4 likes or you knows. Evaluate, I counted 3 likes or you knows, 2 ahs or ums. And for evaluator number 3, I counted 2 ands, 1 ah or
You did great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You.
All right. Thank you so much for the feedback. Now I'm just gonna present or call for our grammarian, Cedric Cook, to give his report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gonzalez. As far as the grammarian report goes, the usage of the word of the day was by the evaluator 1, and I also had usage of the word of the day by the grammarian, and that's pretty much it. Just to recap, the word of the day, shoot, lost my train of thought. The word of the day, I posted it in the chat in addition to actually posting it in the agenda, and it's posterity. Posterity was the word of the day. With regards to quotes or thoughts, words, or sayings that I like, Letitia, you came with some really strong quotes, and as you were speaking, I really appreciated those. I'll write them down and send it over to you in a report. With regards to grammatical or usages, I had sent over a couple of words or usages of adjectives to Sharice via the private chat, and what I heard was, in fact, that's not it. And the way it was used in the sentence was, could use some improvement. And very important about was also another usage of the words that was not the words themselves, it was the order in which they were used. So, all right, that's the grammarian report. Back to you.
Thank you so much.
Toastmaster.
Toastmaster Cook, do you also have the winners for best speakers, and were you able to add everything up?
I do have, absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. I have the best speaker is Deidre, and the table topics winner for today is Sharice. So great job, everyone.
Great job. Do we have a best evaluator or not? Not, I just want to congratulate everybody. I just want to pass it over to our president, Toastmaster Ruiz, for the closing remarks.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gonzalez. I would love to take our last 2 minutes of remaining club time to thank everyone here for being present and prepared and ready to go. I would love to ask if anyone here has a birthday in July. We know Deidre had one last week. Anyone else by a raise of hands? Birthdays in July? Okay. I would like to share that our VP PR has started a new page on our website. If you haven't seen it, it's under the public section and it's titled Photos of 2020. He is not here right now, therefore, I will ask for everyone to give me your best smile, and I'm going to take a photo for our VP PR, and we will post it. We are now posting our photos. You're ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Cheese. Okay, guys, I will send this to Fernando. Anyone else with an officer role, would you like to share something before I close? Cedric?
Yes, this is Cedric. When will we be posting the replays on the site? Because I didn't see a replay for last week or the week prior to that.
The replay for last week is on our Facebook page, and I would like to step in for Fernando and ask everyone to take this time to go to our Facebook page, and let's all check in and share how wonderful today was. Please go to our Facebook page, like it, and comment, and most specifically, check in. Charisse, do you have any comments?
Quick, really quick. You guys really took the initiative and took the roles that I passed out to everybody. We only had one person duck out on me, which was Todd. He wasn't ready for his icebreaker speech, but I'm staying on him, and we're going to try to get it done. Amrita, I want you to get credit for your stuff. Email me back. I sent you an email. Get back with me. Great job, everyone.
Josue, as secretary, would you like to share anything?
Yes, as a secretary, I'll be looking for any volunteers that would like to learn more about secretary roles. Hopefully that might be interested in being the secretary for the January going forward. That way I can mentor that person along the way. I also do my duties as secretary along the way. I just want to be able to have the opportunity to start training up somebody, and if for some reason I miss a meeting, somebody that will serve as a backup. So if you're interested, feel free to send me a note, and I'm glad to help out. So
thank you.
Yep, the same applies to VP of membership. Looking for someone that wants to understand the role and are interested in perhaps taking it the next cycle. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. We will see you next week. Don't forget to register to be into this meeting for next week. We must register each week. Thank you. Have a great week. See you next week. Bye.
Okay.